But see, I can see it in my head, right? I can see in my head that the fight's going back and forth, and I can catch him with a big shot, and it's over. Knockout victory.
What's going on, my MMA Boxing Addicts family? Dude, that is Joseph Parker saying that he is gonna KO Fabio Wardley. That's what he pictures in his head. He looks down and he says, yeah, this is what's gonna happen. It's gonna be back and forth for a couple of rounds and I'm gonna TKO him. Then I'm gonna knock him out. I completely understand why he would be thinking that. You know, don't forget, Fabio Wardley, who's trained by Ben Davidson, didn't start boxing until the age of 20 years old. Yes. Didn't have his first professional fight until the age of 23. In 2017, going into 2018. Joseph Parker had already become the WBO heavyweight champion of the world by defeating Andy Ruiz Jr. And had lost his titles to Anthony Joshua, right? Being the first guy to ever take Anthony Joshua to decision, by the way. But lost his titles in 2018. That's literally when Fabio Wardley was making his professional debut. Joseph Parker understands he has 10 years of experience. Now, one of the things leading up to this fight, because I've been keeping up with Joseph Parker, watching his YouTube channel, he's been taking this fight absolutely serious, man. And one thing that I noticed during the face-offs that he says right here gave me supreme confidence in why I believe mentally he's going into this fight on a good note.
Oh, let's go. Let's focus.
Yeah, and for yourself, you've been calling out Usyk now.
Listen, Usyk is there, but there's no point talking about Usyk if you don't get this right. This is the fight. This is my championship of the world right now. This is the fight that I'm fully focused on. There's no overlooking Fabio, because like they said, he can always try to find a way to win, but can't do that against me.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. I love the story of Fabio Wardley. You know, he started boxing at the age of 20, was a guy who went to school but really didn't want to go to college after, was barely trying to get by, wanted to be an entrepreneur, became a salesman, and at a really late age, decided to become a boxer. And this was a guy with no amateur experience at all. You know, keep in mind, guys like Joe Joyce is a person who beat Joseph Parker, started his career, I believe, what, 2023 too, right? He started boxing at the age of 23, but didn't make his professional debut until the age of 31. He was able to gain, what, 9-8 years of experience before he actually became a pro? Fabio Wardley had 0 amateur fights before he became a professional. He was involved in 4 white-collar fights. If you don't know what a white-collar fight is, I explained it in my last video, 2-minute rounds, 16-ounce gloves, no knockdowns realistically. And now, he's at this point on the brinks of fighting the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, Alexander Usyk. Now, in Fabio Wardley's last fight, he fought against Justin Honey, right? Justice Honey came in here and boxed the head off of Fabio Wardley completely for 10 rounds straight, just boxed the head off of him, was clipping him, and Fabio Wardley was just, in my opinion, was getting exposed in his defense. But one of the reasons why I love Fabio Wardley is this guy never gives up, dude. He got the heart of a lion. And in this fight against Joseph Parker, that is what I believe. He may have more than Joseph Parker. We've seen Joseph Parker go down in the 11th round, right? Against, what was homeboy's name? Joe Joyce. And got the heartbeat out of him. Now, that was 3 years ago. It's been 3 years since Joseph Parker has lost. He's 33 years old now. In 2018, when he lost his WBO bout to Anthony Joshua and then Dillian White after that, he was 26 years old. Okay? He was 30 years old when he lost to Joe Joyce. He's in his prime of his career now. A guy like Fabio Wardley if he can take the punch of Joseph Parker and not get rocked and not get dropped and literally make this go the distance, it will not surprise me at all if Fabio Wardley wins this fight based off of his toughness, the heart that he has, and the determination that he has. You need to keep up with Fabio Wardley if you like this guy, man. He's an amazing person. And the determination that he has is what scares me in this fight. But when I'm thinking logically, statistically, Joseph Parker should be able to win this fight, man. Now, in my opinion, this is what makes it so interesting. This is a heavyweight weekend clash. Because you got the underdog Fabio Wardley coming in here to steal the shine of Joseph Parker, who should have been fighting the likes of Alexander Usyk instead of this. But has the bollocks, to go in there and give Fabio Wardley, a white-collar guy, blue-collar guy, the chance of a lifetime. All right, now why do I say this is a heavyweight clash weekend? Because in the UFC, we got UFC 321 that's coming up, right? And this is taking place in Dubai, and it's the return of Tom Aspinall, finally coming back after a year layoff, and even more, waiting to see if he was going to get that heavyweight title shot against John Jones, sitting back as the interim heavyweight champion, and is now finally returning to face Cyril Gane in his 4th title shot, 3rd for the actual bout, the actual heavyweight bout. He lost to Francis Ngannou. He lost to John Jones. Now he's getting a 3rd shot, Francis Hope. And in my opinion, it's a come-out party for Tom Aspinall, right? We all remember back when in 2022, when Tom Aspinall got hurt against Curtis Blades. They were fighting at the O2 Arena in London. He hurts his knee in the 1st round. Down goes Tom Aspinall. And the whole world and the UK is thinking, wow, man, this is our best hope right here of having a heavyweight champion. Do you guys remember when he came back, the love, Tommy Aspinall, Tommy, do you guys remember the love that he was getting when he came back and fought Marcin Tybura and knocked him out in round 1? It was phenomenal, ridiculous. Just, this man is on another level. And why I say this is his coming out party, because you guys know he ended up, after that fight, he fought against Sergey Pavlovich. Okay, Sergey Pavlovich at the time, the KO artist, scared the likes of everybody from Russia. All right? This was for the UFC interim heavyweight title. Tom Aspinall goes in there, knocks him out in round 1, and absolutely just does it. Finally becomes a champion. And since then, at UFC 304, what was it? I believe it was Belal Muhammad versus Edwards, the 2nd fight. Remember the 1st fight? Belal Muhammad poked in the eye, crying all over the floor. They had to cancel it. 2nd fight, well, Tom Aspinall goes in here and absolutely sleeps Curtis Blade in the 1st round, which was amazing, because the last fight in 2022, Curtis Blades, that was the reason why he had to have that knee surgery. And don't forget, during Tom Aspinall's knee surgery, they took way longer than expected. And he was tripping, dude. He was actually really worried, man. This is a huge fight for Tom Aspinall because it's the first time that he's defending his heavyweight title and actually gets to wipe his feet on the mat and call himself the heavyweight champion of the world. And I can't wait, bro. I can't wait for this. UFC 321. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. Along with Fabio Wardley versus Joseph Parker, man, this is a heavyweight, delightful weekend, my friends. If you're into heavyweights, get ready, man, because it's gonna be amazing, my people. I'm out.